dear all. I am Dr. Sandeep Jadhav, Director of Manav Neuropsychiatric Hospitals Private Limited and a consultant psychiatrist practicing at Kalyan, and wish you all safe and easy day today. News about novel coronavirus started coming from end of the January, late January, and by February it was known to the world as COVID-19 pandemic, as it was declared by World Health Organization. Till now, we were aware about polio, smallpox. These two bad viruses are eradicated completely from India. We face influenza, that is flu, and flu is, we face it very oftenly, very routinely. Dengue, it was very bad few years back. There were so many deaths, but now dengue is not behaving that badly. We are not scared of HIV. HIV previously, as a psychiatrist, we used to see so many anxious patients. They used to come with many tests and all. They were scared of HIV, but now with proper knowledge and availability of good medicines through many government programs, now we are not scared of this HIV. Then what is novel about this virus and why it is so scary? What is scary about this virus? See, from philosophical perspective, we do not want to confront our own deaths or deaths of our near one, loved ones. Even though this actually, this pandemic is deadly, but small percentage of cases are dying. Death rate is comparatively not that much. We have faced so many previous epidemics and all. Death rate is not that high, but still we are scared because it is scary because it is changing our final destination, and we are all at one platform now. This is not to dramatize the critical health crisis the world is facing today. Instead, I feel it's a chance to ask hard questions we have been avoiding this till today. Suddenly people have started asking, have I lived the life I always wanted to live like? We have made different plans for 2020, different plans, different perspectives, but suddenly our goal is whether this vaccine will be available or not. We are waiting for that vaccine, and lot of discussion, vaccine will take 3 months, vaccine will take 5 months, and so on. So it is adding into our anxiety when this vaccine will be available to me, to my dear ones. So it adds into the anxiety because we were not expecting this at all. Why we are so much panicked? See, we know about cancers, we know about kidney failure, we know about diabetes, but we are not that much scared but now this corona is scaring us because we know that life, it reminds us that life is transient. And secondly, any healthy person also can get infected, and that's why we are so much worried. For another thing, it is the first time each and everybody is on the same platform, each and everybody is worried, all the face, whether you are in Europe or in southern part or eastern part. One thing novel about this coronavirus to me is, compared to its viral load, there is a tremendous media load. I feel there is lot of things are coming up on media, print media, social media, and there is tremendous social media contamination. I will say tremendous confusing, half-hearted, untrustworthy, and a lot of non-scientific knowledge we are gathering. We cannot assess it properly, and we try to get it according to our own perspective and becoming confused. Another challenging aspect of this corona, I would like to say, is it's a double-edged sword. On one side, it is cutting global health. It is deadly to the health, and on another side, it is cutting economy. It is cutting global economy. So I am worried about what will happen to my funds, what will happen to my livelihood in future. So it is definitely better that you should assess the things very properly. One thing is true, that it is a fast mutating virus. We have seen so many viruses, but this virus is keep on changing its traits, their strains. It is behaving different in different part of the world. It is behaving bit different from person to person, and similarly its psychological implications are also different from person to person and from group to group. First of all, I am worried about health of healthcare workers. They are absolutely strained. They are being attacked by some people like outside. Secondly, it's a continuous process. They are working continuously and very hardly. And third thing, they are seeing unpredictable deaths, and that also without their near and dear ones. When doctors and health workers are there with the patient in their last time, they are the only near and dear ones to them, and their deaths are definitely creating huge difference to healthcare workers. They are the people whom I feel they may fall prey to PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder. There are high chances that they may get into PTSD. As I said, there are different aspects to the clinical implication of this coronavirus. Likely, there are different psychiatric and psychological implications to this coronavirus to the different groups. And I am worried about one group, that is healthcare workers. Healthcare workers are so much close to this deadly virus treatment, COVID hospitals and isolation units. They are overworked. They are continuously working in spite of the lack of some good protective mechanisms. They are worried, they are away from their families, and very importantly, they are seeing deaths of the people whom there is no relative along with them. There is no near and dear one along with them, along with this disease. They are becoming their relatives, and they are seeing death of the patients who are now become near and dear ones to them. So there are high chances that they may fall prey to depression, and we are worried about PTSD, that is post-traumatic stress disorder. This post-traumatic stress disorder may come later when this anxiety becomes bit chronic, and it will come in the form of flashbacks, nightmares, insomnia, startle reaction, tremendous anxiety, aggression, or isolation. There will be startle reaction to the smallest stimulations. So this is possible, and one thing I would like to say at this stage in this acute phase, that it is better to treat anxiety with benzodiazepines at this stage. We would prefer SSRIs, we call antidepressant group SSRIs, especially paroxetine we may use, and I would advise to avoid benzodiazepine, especially short-acting benzodiazepines like alprazolam. Why? Because it may lead to complications of the PTSD firstly, and secondly dependence. So this anxiety should be treated with very cautiously with taking this PTSD in account. Secondly, as I said, this obsessive personality, it is different from one person to another person. Another group of the personalities is obsessive personality, OCDs we call. These obsessive persons, there are usually repeated and sticky thoughts. I would say when water is flowing, we can drink that water. But once it gets stagnated, it is very difficult to drink. It is not good to drink that water. Likely, thoughts in this type of patients may get stagnated at one place. They become sticky. They keep on coming again and again, and they become negative. And then these type of personalities may see the threat very oftenly in a very highest manner. They will feel this as if it is coming to them, and they will hard hit with this corona, something like that. Even this touches and all, they are tremendously scared. They will go on for repeated washing. It is good now to repeatedly wash, but it has to be done in a very proper manner. So this type of personalities may fall prey to this panic anxiety, and they may suffer from a lot of anxiety problems. Definitely one more group I am worried about is children and adolescents having ADHD, attention deficit hyperactivity disorder. These hyperactive children they cannot sit at one place, they cannot concentrate, they don't have got attention, they are very much impulsive, they are so much hyperactive, so their parents will find it very difficult for them to maintain social distancing, and their activity will lead to lot of problems to their parents itself if they don't get timely medication, which because this ADHD can be treatable. At present, medications may keep them stable, and we can avoid their severe hyperactivity. Generally, there is general reaction to this dreadful stress. First, to start with, we feel it's not for me, and because of that it's not for me, we were seeing many patients on road as if nothing is happening. Still there are so many people, they are going to buy vegetables, they are buying one full week's vegetable in a day, and every day they are doing same thing. So they feel it is not for me, that sort of attitude. But then it comes, why this problem to me only? Many of the people start feeling, oh my God, I am the only person I am feeling, I'll hit hard with this coronavirus, I'll be suffering, this is my problem, I am having a big problem, and why it is to me only? No, this problem is for everyone. And not only this, generally any problem when it comes, it is not only for some person. Any small creature, living animal on this earth will and may face problem. Next to that comes is, this problem will never end, this is now everlasting, it has changed, it is the end of everything. No, every problem has its end, it ends, it stops, it resolves. It's a rule, it's a natural rule. This problem will definitely stop. And third thing, many patients or many people feel that there is no solution to this problem. When there is difficulty in getting vaccine to this problem, that means there is no solution. No, there is always solution to any problem, and usually that solution is inbuilt in that problem. So here, this corona infection, how one can get? One can get because of contact with that suffering patient. So you have to avoid the contact. How you will be able to avoid the contact? We don't know now who is affected, because incubation period is 15 days. So patient may be a carrier, patient may be carrier, and you don't know whether he is carrier or not. He may be your near one, dear one, whatever it may be. But you will get affected if at all you come in close contact with that person. So here what we are talking is about social distancing. It is very important. You have to keep a long distance from any person. So we have to follow that. You follow that, solution definitely will be there. Next thing I would like to tell is, this is the time to watch your emotions. You try to understand your own emotions. You try to understand emotion of others. And thirdly, you try to put your foot into another. See, now we are blaming government machinery. You try to put foot into that machinery and you see how difficult they are finding. They will be facing this, controlling this. You try to put foot into police's shoes. You'll understand how difficult it is to control the mob. You try to put your foot into healthcare workers. You try to put your foot into nurse, doctor, ward boys. They are fighting, they are seeing deaths, they are near to that sufferers, but still they are not getting affected because they are taking care. So comparatively, how much care you have to take? You have to take care of keeping yourself isolated in home and keeping some good distance. Wear a mask, it's very easy. So when doctors are treating, they are going close to the patient, they are doing aerosol procedures, there is high chances of getting contamination comparatively than we people. Then why we should get worried? So regarding anxieties, it's definitely better to find out solutions which are inbuilt this problem and assess those solutions. Definitely, rather than spending energy becoming anxious, becoming panic, and we are losing energy, we are losing thoughts, we are losing direction. You self-assess, self-control your anxiety, don't become panic, just act on these solutions which are inbuilt and will win this fight. Definitely, I feel the government machinery, it's very difficult. You try to understand them, the way they are working, it's excellent, it's tremendous. All BMC workers, all KDMC workers, all full machinery, they are going out of way to win this battle. But this battle will win if we understand, if we don't become anxious, and if we don't panic, we'll conserve the energy and follow government ordeals and respect healthcare workers. Thank you very much.